Welcome in. Oh, I'm gonna freak you all out with this. Anyway, what's up, guys? I just watched a video. I wanted to comment on it. So I just watched a video by this person. Yes, it's backwards. I could do this though. Maybe you could. Whoa! Whoa! Is that infinity? Anyway, so that's why you guys tune in, because I'm fucking crazy. All right, so I watched her video. 3 days of darkness, emergency prep. And she's running around like, I got glow sticks, I can't remember what else. Capri Sun and 72-hour food bucket. So it's not the first video I've seen. I'm sorry. My hair is a mess. I'm getting ready for work. But it's not the first video I've seen talking about this 3 days of darkness. However, most of the ones I saw were last year. I don't see anybody. Anybody still here? I will restart this feed. I will stop this car and restart this feed immediately. Anybody here? If you could see me, say hi. Otherwise, I'll restart. It said reconnecting, so. Anybody there? Please let me know if you can see me, hear me. Oh, I tuned in. I'm still here. That's odd. Kim, can you see me? I see Kimmy. Kimmy, can you see me? All right, guys. So I was watching Are We in the Matrix, her video about the 3 days of darkness. And I get tired of all these videos coming around every December. I'm going to say it. So if there's 3 days of darkness, then I'm going to be unprepared. Ooh, it's okay. Guess what? I grew up in a very northern place, so I'm used to it being dark in the winter. And most of you should be too. So I really don't understand what the panic's all about right now. I don't get it. But if anybody wants to enlighten me on why people think we're going to have 3 days of darkness, I would love to know. Because this chick is running around saying, oh, well, I got glow sticks and I've got water to pump out of these buckets. But here's the thing, were you going to keep these buckets full every day and you're going to refill them every day? How are you going to know when the 3 days is going to start? She was saying she asked her higher self or her source self or something how to, if she should use solar powered lights. And her source self said no. So, I mean, I hope so, because if there's no light, I don't think that would work. That'd be the bad way to go. What do you guys think? You think we're going to have 3 days of darkness? They used to do this last year too, and the year before that, and the year before that. And then about when my youngest was born, they were talking about the event. You know how many people I met online because of the event? And I mean like met them. I meet people online. I'm a whack job like that. Hey, you want to meet up? Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. Just like anything else, I guess. So, you know what I mean? I've met actual people online who wanted to talk about these things. I had this lady who was my astrologer for a long, long time, and she did an event video, and that's how I found her. So anyway, back in the day, guys, I used to love my entertainment theories, and I still do, but I've learned to discern, what's crap and what's not. Like, for example, it's kind of like Black Friday. You think you're getting an amazing deal. It's all the same price as usual. You just haven't gone shopping. They're capturing a certain type of shopper with a certain mission in mind on Black Friday. Same thing when they're putting out videos on YouTube. They're putting it out with a specific viewer in mind. Okay? I used to be that viewer. I did. I used to be that viewer. Apparently, I still am because it popped to my feed this morning. But she's in New York. So this person is in New York and she or they, whatever is, she's claiming that we're going to have 3 days of darkness and she's prepping. I would normally just ignore it and be like, funny. Funny to think about, but not real, right? Well, this morning I listened to it and I watched it because I've been seeing this on a lot of other channels and not in the doom gloom clickbaity sense. Okay, like I watch God Rules channel. And I can't be the only one because he's got millions of followers, but he keeps talking about this dream he had 2 years ago about the power grid going down or something like that. The power going out in the city. He's a reputable guy. I believe that his dream may come true. He said other parts of the dream have come true, so I believe that part may come true. There's also a guy that I don't know if he follows him, but he reports about him, and he says that this guy predicted when I almost said Clinton, when Trump got clipped in his ear. Remember when someone shot him and it hit his ear? And his ear was all bloody? Well, there was a man on YouTube, I guess. I think he's on YouTube, who predicted that 3 months before it happened. Now, it's kind of sus, but he's now predicting some crazy things. So you guys really need to look into that. Like he's predicting, he said like a disease that makes boils cover your face. That sounds sexy. So, yeah. I don't know if the glow sticks are going to help us when that starts happening. And then, really, that Red Bull slap. You're damn right it is. I love it. So it's just strange. I feel like, 3 days of darkness really is not that bad. 3 days no power is really not that bad. Like, I can build a fire without power. It doesn't mean that fire won't be smoking like crazy because it's wet wood. It doesn't mean that I'll have plenty of wood to burn. But listen, if I need to feed my family, I'm going to drag a chair in the yard and burn it. Do you feel me? I'm not going to sit around and starve to death. And if I need heat, I'm going to light a fire. That's just how it is. I mean, like, come on, guys. These people act like oh my God, there's no power. Well, I mean, and here I am in Florida. I'm in Florida. Everybody has a generator. Now, I don't have a generator, but I will say that I have gas appliances all over the place. Okay, like I can get it cooked. I can get it cooked. I can cook a meal. I know I can. Now, will I have a flashlight? Maybe, maybe not. But I've got candles. I can make this work. I've got hurricane lamps. Like, come on, guys. We don't have to act like this is the big emergency they're making it out to be. It's really not. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we really just need to calm down. It's probably just internet fluff. But if it isn't, I mean, like, survival instincts are going to kick in, guys, right? Who's going to just lay down and die? Maybe, but it's just another mouth to feed. That's what I used to always say when I watched The Walking Dead. And someone was unalived on The Walking Dead, I'd be like, it was just another mouth to feed. Hey, Nick, what's up? So I'm talking about this woman called, hold on, I'll show you. I can't have, she's a New York lady and she is preparing for 3 days of darkness. It says a 3-day blackout. And I would not have named my video this today, but she turns off her comments. And that bothers me because I want to comment. So the fact that I have my own platform channel is amazing. So I can comment back and, maybe she will never watch this, but that doesn't matter to me. So, but if she does, she can comment. How nice of me to allow that, right? That is fair, I would say. So I don't even know her name, but she's I don't know. She's a source player is what she calls herself, right? So I used to watch Quartz Crystal a lot. I like Quartz Crystal's videos. I'm digging it. And so other people kind of spin off on her and they use the term source player, I guess, to identify themselves to other source players or fans of what I would call Judy fans, right? So if you've never checked out Quartz Crystal's channel, you probably should, but I would start probably with the Leaving the Matrix or something. Like, start with one of her beginning videos, because if you start in the middle, you'll be like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, I admire anybody that watches Judy's videos and follows them, because it's not easy to wrap your brain around. But once you do, it's kind of interesting. So I dare say there should be a religious endeavor. Not religious, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you don't put religion in there, they call it a cult, right? So Maybe we should just call it that. I don't know. But there should be a group, the Judy fan group, right? And I really think that that could be a thing. Alex, what's up? Connor, we're not trying to talk about that in here today. I mean, I admire your prayer symbol and all that stuff, but like, take that to Candace Owens, please. We're talking about 3 days of blackness. Blackout, I think she called it. Yeah, blackout. I would have called it 3 days of darkness, but she's calling it blackout. So black out means no power, right? Rather than darkness could mean no sun, which could happen with a volcano eruption or whatever. Daniel, you too. Hope you do too. Anyway, she's prepping. She's ready for this event, and I'm not ready. So do you guys think we're going to have 3 days of darkness? Do you think we're going to have, sorry, I just said it wrong, a 3-day blackout? Do you think this woman's right? A lot of people have been talking about the power grid going down. It's not just her. It's not just God rules. There's a lot of people have been talking about the power grid going down. And guess what? I've been talking about, if you've watched my last couple lives, which are available to everyone right now, I want you to know that. People get mad because I take my lives and I put them on members only. But that's because there's sensitive stuff in there and I don't want everybody to see it. So if you don't catch it live and you don't catch it a day or two later, well, then you're gonna have to join the membership. Okay? And I know money's tight. So you could do the bottom tier. You get plenty. You can upgrade anytime. You can quit anytime. You can say, well, this is dumb. I don't like this. And you can just jump out anytime. We will never take down that blue tape because that is how you know I'm not AI. AI has a little bit of perfection and imperfection that you cannot mimic in real life, okay? Anyway, I just think it's funny. I think it's really funny that this is happening. Like people are freaking and tweaking, okay, about this event. And I don't know. I just don't even know what to say, really. I really don't. I really don't. I'm ready for anything, though. I was born a soldier, and I will never stop being ready for everything. I think the only thing I could not be ready for is like, like loss. Like, I don't want to lose anybody I love, right? Who does, right? So that's the only thing I'm not prepared for, and that's emotional. So I'm not prepared for the emotional parts of anything like that. But I feel like we're at a, I'm going to use a different word, but I really want to use a 3-letter word. We're in a conflict with several other countries right now, and I feel like anything could happen at this point. That doesn't make me a doomer, gloomer, or any of that. It's reality, guys. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I see stuff happening. So something's bound to happen, right? And I've been following BRICS. You guys following BRICS with BRICS? Have you been following BRICS? And if you haven't, time to start. I mean, it might not affect you day to day, but it might. So I would keep your eye on it. I also watch this thing every day. I'll post the guy's video. Not his video. I'll push the guy's channel. And his name, no, I don't know his name. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he does a report on China and their economy every day. And I watch that every day. Because I feel like it's important to know what's going on globally. And even though this guy might not know everything, he knows more than I do. So, stay informed, right? Gotta stay informed. Remore, don't get me started on the war on drugs. That's actually if you want to really hear my rant, it's in one of my other videos. And I won't do it again here because honestly, nobody wants to hear it anymore. But look, I'm going to show you which one to watch. It's this one right here. Travel ban, quiet, w.at.r. Go watch that video. It's another one similar to this. And you're going to hear my rant about the war on drugs because it's fake, to be simple. Go watch it, though. That's the next video you need to watch. That was a good one, actually. I feel like I get booted off less in the morning. Why is that? I talk about the same things. I don't get it. People that worry about politics and worry about the world means you may not have a very good life because you live in fear. I don't live in fear. I just live in awareness. You know why the economy is important? You know why it's important to watch our economy and other people's economy? Is just your life in general will change greatly if someone else's economy changes greatly. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, now, I don't sit around and watch the jobs report or, I don't care about what the Fed says really. I watch the updates, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I keep my eye on other countries and what they're investing in and what they're doing. And it's smart to do that. I also like to look at trends. You know what I mean? I like to look at trends and stocks and stuff like that. Or right now, my MO with stocks is commodities, right? Hot commodities. And I'm buying up uranium stocks, lithium stocks, anything related to data centers, AI stock, tech stock, and I'm making money. So, not sitting over here living in fear. I'm sitting over here living in numbers. Okay, I love watching my stock portfolio go up. Okay, I only started. I think I was 41, maybe, maybe, maybe older. I don't know, but I haven't been in stocks for very long. But I'm doing very well, and I think it's because I watch a global network of news. I don't watch a lot of news, but the news I watch um, is global. I'm an feminist from UK. Now, why the hell would you be on my channel? I don't believe you. Gay. Why would you say that? Hey Doc, what's up? My numbers seem better in the morning. I don't know. Maybe I'll switch my whole format. Or maybe I'll just keep doing whatever the hell I want to do. I don't know. I got to trick the AI sensors and keep them guessing. I feel like I get booted off less in the morning. Now, this could be because my children are asleep and not dominating my internet, but who knows? So, Doc, today I know you can't stay long, but we're talking about the 3 days of darkness that people are prepping for. And, I like to talk globally, so I'm just curious who's heard what and who's worried about what. You don't watch the news at all and you don't worry about it and you don't read about it. No, I don't blame you. I've been there. You wanna know how psycho I got about that stuff? When I was pregnant with my last child, I not only did I block all news from everywhere in my life, TV, the internet, everywhere, but I even went on my Facebook and I unfollowed all of my actual friends. Now, that sounds horrible, but I didn't unfollow. I did the thing where you take a break so you don't see them in your feed. And it was so nice to not have other people's stress in my life. I was like, wow. But you know what I did see is that I got a lot of ads, tons of ads, and I didn't like that part. So you win some, you lose some, right? But yeah, I agree. I don't like that crap either. I don't want to watch the news. I think most of the news is propaganda. The news that I watch is usually typically like military. Do you know what I mean? I'm watching like what the military's doing. I'm watching what the stock market's doing. Stuff like that. I left USA when Trump become dictator. You talk like your English is not your first language, so whatever. He says, look it up. Is it happening to cover up the Epstein files? They invest $1 million to cover it up in broad daylight. I don't know what you mean by that. And I'm really here with this. I don't care about the Epstein files anymore. I do not. I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I want? Because what do you want? And when you get the Epstein files, then what do you want? You want justice, right? You want to see something happen to these people that did these things to children, right? And number one, they're not your kids. So cool. All you care about other people's kids is that very admirable and sweet. Two, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what do you want to happen? You want to see justice for these kids, right? You want to see it, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. Listen, if you don't know by now that people of power do whatever they want, then I can't save you from anything, okay? This mirror always does that to my face. So I can't help you if you really believe that you'll see justice for any child harmed by a politician or a rich man. Come on now. You know better. You just want to believe that it could happen. You could see justice for these kids, but you never will. These poor kids, they were raped, molested, and probably eaten for what? For the entertainment of some rich Diddy types. And Diddy's the only one taking the fall. And that's how it's going to be, guys. That's how it's going to be. They threw Diddy up there to appease you, to say, oh, wow, it's everywhere, and I just don't understand it. Oh, thank you, Joseph. And so the thing to do is not do anything about it. Well, I mean, what are we going to do? Who are you going to fight with? Number one, I don't think Donald Trump's on it, or we would know by now. Number two, we kind of know who's on it. We definitely know Bill Clinton's on it, right? That there's a painting of the man in Epstein's house in a dress. right? Okay. We know who's running the world, and it rhymes with shoes. And they were all up in that business. So if you think you're going to fight them and you're going to win, well, I want to watch, but and I'll cheer you on, but I think it's a waste of your time. Now, would I love to see justice for these kids? Sure. I'd love to see a firing squad. Take them all out because that's gross and we don't want them procreating. Probably too late for some. But, anybody that harms a child should be held accountable. I definitely think that. Here's the thing though. Do you guys realize how small the sentences would be even if they did bring them to accountability? Oh, look at Diddy. What did he get? Like a year or two? A couple years? I mean, really? Is that enough? And so then there's another discussion. Well, how long is long enough to sit in jail when you sexually harmed a child? What's the proper amount of time? Since we know scientifically you can't rehabilitate these people, right? They're just bad apples. Okay. So what is really going to happen, guys? What do you want? You know what I mean? Do you want them all to have life in prison? Here's another thing. What if like Stephen Hawking's on the list, right? We know this, right? So what if Stephen Hawking was alive and they're like, oh, Stephen Hawking's on the list. He must have harmed children, right? And people go running around like that on the internet. Well, then he wasn't even involved with it. He was just going there for financial advice or whatever the hell Jeffrey Epstein did on the side. And then you got a lawsuit. Well, then why is the news even going to want to report on it if they're just going to get sued because they don't have all the facts? Because just because your name's on a list doesn't mean you did shit, right? Hillary's on the damn list, guys. Do you think she was molesting kids? She might have been. It's more likely she was eating them. Who was it? Tyler Hansen was talking about gold juice. I watched that last night, and that was kind of wild. You drink the gold juice and you live forever? Wow. I mean, it seems legit. And then he's got all these pictures of like, I don't know. It was like there's Eddie Murphy, Nicolas Cage, all these actors that have like doppelgangers from the 1800s. By Doc. Oh, it's just weird. Do they really have? Do they really live forever? That's what I want to know. All this dry ass skin on my nose is driving me crazy, and then my makeup goes on weird. And I gotta fix that shit. Ugh. It looks weird. Anyway, I don't like it when my makeup goes on funky. All fixed. So, anyway, the Clintons never get in trouble for anything. They have been doing shady things since before I was born. In fact, my paper in AP Government when I was a senior in high school was about the Whitewater scandal. If you don't know the Whitewater scandal, you should look it up because that's where I first learned about the Clintons and how horrible they were. However, believe when I was like going into high school or whatever, I loved Bill Clinton. I thought he was great. But then I found out about him and I was like, oh my God, he's sinister. But then I wonder, was Bill not just the front guy because he's so charismatic? She's like, you're the front guy and I'm the brains of this operation because I know more than you, Bill. And you just want to go fuck around with little girls. Go do it and I'm going to make the money. So I think she was the sinister one, just letting him go do whatever he wanted. And she was all about the money. I think she was the money woman like that. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you guys think about Hillary? That's why she didn't leave him. I mean, she barely said a word when he was cheating on her. She didn't care. That woman don't care. She's like, get out of my face, Bill. You better go find you a little twit because I'm done with you anyway. I just want your money. Yeah. Hillary's over here going, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like in her witchy way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And she's siphoning out the money, putting Bill up there, pimping him out. You're going to run for president, Bill. She's like, this baby blood is expensive, and you're going to get your ass up there and be a president. Pull out the saxophone and do it. And she's over there over her cauldron, throwing rats in. Do you know what I mean? That's Hillary to me. She's like, boil, boil. She's like from Macbeth. She's all three witches. So yeah, crazy. It's funny. Nobody after your guns than bans clocks. Well, what's funny is Hillary Clinton's behind a lot of gun sales too, so look into that. A lot of the Democrats are. Gotta make money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can stick that sprinkle, sprinkle lady into everything. It's funny as hell. All right. Anything else y'all want to say before I go? That's the shellac. Keeps it on. I'm a model. Oh boy. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna set the phone down for 2 seconds. We can still chat. So, yeah, about Hillary. I just don't know. The last time I saw the Clintons on camera, Hillary looked somewhat with it, but Bill looked like, I mean, he looked like he needed to go to the nursing home. He didn't look like he even knew his own name. And honestly, guys, you know how they've always talked about body doubles and stuff like that? Well, I'm pretty inclined to believe in it because these AI fakes and the hologram people and stuff, it's amazing. And it looks so real. All I have to do is feed a picture of myself into it, and I can pull out a video of myself saying, prepare for the 3 days of darkness or whatever. I keep saying it wrong. 3-day blackout is what she called it. Right? So there we go. You know, I just don't trust anything as an AI anymore. I just don't trust it. Do you trust it? If you trust it, why the hell do you trust it? I don't trust anything anymore. Now, when it comes to holograms and stuff like that, I mean, I guess if you can physically touch it, touch a person, you know they're real, right? I guess. But I mean, is that True, or do hologram people have depth, right? Can I feel their skin? And will I be fooled that way, thinking it's a real person? I don't know. I don't have that much experience with it. Not in person. But I'm pretty inclined to say if I don't see someone say it, within a couple feet of me, I don't believe it. I don't even think I'd trust someone on stage, because that's probably the easiest place to put a hologram, right? That's what it seems to me. So I'm doing my hair and again, I guess. Just doing my hair. So anyway, I don't know. I don't believe jack shit anymore. And I feel like we've been in a matrix for longer than we realize. I honestly thought that as a kid, my world was real. And now I'm looking at it thinking, I don't know if it was. It was just a really good simulation. Although, I mean, I followed Judy for a long time. I don't really follow her stuff too much anymore. But I feel like some of her stuff didn't add up. So I wrote to her, and she told me a few things that maybe add up. I don't know. I can't verify any of it. It's with my source self. So I really don't know what's real and what's not. But yeah, that's my rant about the Epstein list. I don't think it matters. Here's the thing, they're all getting old. They're just pushing time between us anyway. So by time, the more time that goes between the Epstein files and the actual accountability, the better for these old fuckers, because they're going to be in nursing homes or dead. There's no accountability when you're dead. You guys understand this? Like, some of these people are fucking lawyers. They know how to drag shit out. Hillary Clinton was a lawyer. Hillary Clinton's a lawyer. So, or I don't know if she is like legit lawyer right now, but she was a lawyer. So, do you know what I mean? She knows what to do. Put some time between it. Stretch it out, drag it out, appeal. Ignore the court mail. Dodge the process server. You know the game. Come on, guys. Y'all do it too. Scammers. So, yeah. You're never going to see any justice for those children. And they killed Virginia Giuffre to keep her quiet. There are other people out there, but I doubt they're going to want to come out and say anything after seeing that she was brutally murdered. And now everybody's fighting over her money, which is really messed up because I don't know. I don't think she probably ever wanted money for it. She probably had plenty of money, but she gets all this money and now I think her family's fighting over it or something. How sick is that? I just don't get it. People are crazy. So yeah, there's no justice for these people. And you want to know the sickest part? They probably already have another place to do these horrible things to kids. Like they probably already have another island or whatever the hell they do. I don't know. They probably already have one. And they probably never stopped doing what they were doing because you guys know that rich people with money and power, they're not going to stop doing what they want to do because we don't like it. It's not going to happen, guys. They're not like, oh my, society really frowns on this. We should stop. It's not going to happen. I just read about some Wall Street guy. I think it was a Wall Street guy. And he was like torturing women in his office. Kind of sick. It sounded really sick. Like, I don't even understand. I didn't read the story because I don't need shit like that in my life. So I just stopped caring. But I thought, you know, you see the clickbait thing and you can't unsee it, right? I wish I could. You can't. You can't unsee. All right, guys, I am going to work. Oh, bye, Juicy. You sounded ridiculous from the get-go. Probably a kid. Go to school, kid. All right, guys. Chat at you later.